Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Welcome to today's stream. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. You already know to go over all your trades and just improve overall your trading performance, guys. How was your weekend? Drop it in the comments. How was your weekend, guys? My weekend, damn. I don't know if you guys saw it in the story on ThinkCapital, also on my personal story on Instagram. I went all the way to Frankfurt for the world of trading. It was an amazing time. Met a few guys of you. Some of you were super lucky to win 200K challenges, 100K challenges. Man, it was an amazing time. What's up in the market? What's up, FX Africa? What's up, Chase? Welcome, Monster Lush. Berlin here. Let's go. Was geht, Buri? Yo, Crystal Path as well. What's up, everybody? Had a good weekend? I love to hear that, man. What are we trading today? Well, in a second here, I'm going to go over gold because that's the only pair I trade. That's the only pair I trade, so we'll go over gold. If you guys want me to go over any other pairs, then you can feel free to let me know in the comments as well after breaking down gold. Frankfurt, yes, sir. It was my first time actually in Frankfurt. I heard a lot of stuff about that city, but at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't all that bad, to be honest. Hallo von Wien, was geht, Basma? Willkommen. What's up, Naveen? Remarkable moment for ThinkCapital Frankfurt is a successful one. Yeah, for sure, man. Was awesome. You love gold too, man. I think most of us love gold. Most of us love gold, guys. It's just, I don't know, man. It just moves perfect in my eyes most of the time. Last week it was a little bit slow, but I believe that this week we're gonna get some nice volume, and I'm already seeing this right now. So I'm still gonna wait for a few more people to join in before I start breaking down gold for you. And yeah, if there's somebody new in the stream, guys, listen. There's one rule in my stream. Let's see if somebody already knows the rule. Drop the rule in the comment if you already know what the rule is in my streams. Let's see if somebody can get it. Let's see if somebody can get it in the comments. What's the number one rule in my streams? If we have time, do ThinkCapital trading competition. I don't know what's the name. It happened every Thursday, I guess, on Discord. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm gonna be hosting a few giveaways today, so it's gonna be very exciting, to be honest. Eduardo is new. Welcome to the fam, man. I'm glad you joined. I hope you enjoy the stream today. Does somebody get the rule? Let's see. Let me take a sip of water here. Was geht, Giovanni? Willkommen, bro. All right, let me tell you the rule, guys. The rule is simple. No question is a dumb question, all right? So what does that mean? You can ask me anything regarding trading, psychology, strategy, right? Anything that has to do with the topic of trading, you guys can ask me in the questions, and I got you, all right? I got you. I'm going to try to go over all the comments. I'm going to try to go over all the questions because we're all here to be a community, but also to learn from each other, all right? What's up, Moon? Hoping about winning a cow. Well, I wish you best of luck, man. I wish you the best of luck. Did you see today's gold? Yes, I am looking at it right now, and it's looking very juicy. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking very juicy. Oh, let me turn on my chair because I feel like I'm a little too small here. I think that's better. Just expanded since opening. Yeah, it's right above my support range again, which I'm gonna be breaking down here in a second for you. Still gonna wait around like 2 minutes, for people to hop in so they don't miss out on the breakdown on gold here. But as long as we're waiting, guys, like I say, you can drop some questions in the comments. The key factors currently driving gold prices, I mean, mainly, man, it's the politics, it's the news around the world. When everything is uncertain, that's when typically gold rises because gold is considered a safe haven for most of the investors. So when everything seems to be going bad and going down and a little bit uncertain, once there's uncertainty in the world, everybody goes to gold and just invests into gold because long-term gold will keep rising. Yo, Jazz, welcome, welcome. Wie geht's? Wie steht's? Made me buy it. Welcome, bro. What's up? What's up, Gray? Welcome, everybody, man. Love to see everybody joining in. Damn, gold is absolutely looking good right now. Wow. It's looking awesome. What's up, Starboy? Love the name. Geopolitical events impact gold in short versus long term. Well, long term, man, like I said, it's gonna keep rising. That's that's what I'm thinking. It's been rising since the existence of gold, so it will continue rising. Now, I'm gonna be breaking down gold here in a second to see what we could be looking at it like on the technical aspect. We're able to catch buy setups today. Yes, I'm currently in a buy position. Currently in a buy position, I got in at the 4075 zone, which I'll be showing you guys here in a second. Was geht, Abbas? Es geht langsam bergauf. Das freut mich, Jazz. Das freut mich zu hören. All right, guys, let's get started. let's come to the juicy part, man. Let's come to the juicy part, which is the breakdown on gold and see what we can see this week, see what we can see today. Drop a 1 in the comments if you guys can see my screen, please. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Drop a 1. Can you win today, Nadim? We'll wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if you can win. I would consider myself way more of a technical trader. I do take into consideration high impact news, but I don't solely rely on those. I always check before my trading session if there's red folder news. If so, I stay away and I wait for the news to pass. But mainly, I look at technicals and price action. That's like my go-to. Guys, and let's get started with the breakdown, man. So as always, every Monday I like to do my top down analysis, right? So I start off on the weekly time frame and I want to see, okay, how did the last weekly candle close and what could we see for this upcoming week? Now, what's very interesting is that the weekly candle closed in a doji, right? So a doji is when we have a wick to the upside and to the downside and a small body closure in the middle. Now, what does this mean price action wise? Price action wise, this means that this market or this week or last week basically was very indecisive. And you guys actually also saw that in a price action. Price was mainly consolidating. So it was like chopping side to side without a clear direction. Now, if we are coming from a bearish momentum like here, this symbolizes that there's loss of momentum into the bearish side, and we could see buyers step back in and push price back up. And you guys can see it here. We opened up and immediately pushed back up. And now if this, for example, this candle this week closes like this, then I do see price again reaching all-time highs. Why? Because this would also be considered a Morningstar pattern. And if you know about candlestick formations, this is a very, very strong buy indication and that the buyers are pushing price back up. But only if this candle obviously closes like this. It could also close back bearish. Now, if it should close bearish, that means that we could definitely see a steeper push to the downside. Can I hold today gold or sell a high break today? Man, that comes up to you and your strategy. That comes up to you. Weekly no wick is above 41110. 41110. Where's that? Wait, let me move this. 41110. Yeah, we might continue higher, honestly. Like my target for my buys right now is 4126. That's my target today. Technical indicators for trading gold. The only technical indicator I personally use is the 50 EMA. I don't know why it's not showing right now. Oh wait, I think it's because on the weekly. Yeah. So that's the 50 EMA, right? The exponential moving average is the only indicator I use. Besides that, just support and resistance and price action. So yeah, weekly guys, it's looking good. We closed doji. Now let's go down to the daily time frame here. So also very, very beautiful here, right? Considering price action, what do we see? We see that price came down, created a lower high, lower low, lower high, equal low. When I see this, this is a great, great buy signal, because if price fails to break and close below these lows and then breaks out to the upside and break structure, this is also considered a double bottom pattern or a W pattern. So if this daily candle closes above bullish, then for the rest of the week, more or less, we could continue, possibly, right? Nothing is guaranteed, but we could possibly continue to see buys here for the rest of the week. But we do want to wait for these candle closures. So we got that. Now we have a daily zone here marked off on the 40.25 range. Why did I mark it off here? Well, because when we were below this range, price was bearish, came up bearish, right? And now that we are above the range, we are back bullish. And we saw a big price reaction over here, and we saw price struggling to break above here. So for me, the 40.27 range, 40.30 range is an area of interest on the daily time frame that I want to make sure to mark off, because based off that, we could possibly see some type of price reaction. Africa will go over here, my strategy here in a second. So after the daily candle at the daily time frame, and after marking off these ranges, I also have a range over here where price was struggling to break above, and the sellers came back in and pushed price lower. Based off that area, we could also see some price reactions. So what do I do? Place support resistance on the daily time frame, go down to the 4-hour time frame now. So on the 4-hour time frame, what do we see here? We also see that in connection with the daily time frame, we have this 4-hour range here as well. Now we also see that price was, kind of choppy here, struggling to break, and then we had a breakout, and this 50 EMA is now nicely scooping price up, right? So it slowly shifted from consolidating market up into a bullish market. So that's the next nice indication that we want to see if we're looking to long gold here. So we got another 4-hour range up here, which is also the same daily range at the 41.36. And now coming to the lower time frames, that's how I do my top-down analysis, guys. Daily, 4-hour, 1-hour. And then on the 1-hour, I also mark off my ranges. Now, what's very interesting is that as of right now, we are literally in between our two major zones, or my two major zones, which is up here and down here. So normally the highest probability buy for me to take would be down here based off this daily range. If price comes down here either today or the next few days, down here we could expect a big move back to the upside, maybe all the way into the next daily range. Now, what if it does not go there, right? And today our session is right here. So we also have to focus on where price is at right now, right? So right now we are in the middle of these two ranges, and we kind of build this 1-hour support range and this 1-hour resistance and another 1-hour resistance up here. So based off that, now if we go down lower to the lower time frame, let's go to the 5-minute here. So based off that, we see down here a bunch of reactions where price was struggling to break back below. So it was bouncing. So this shows me that down here is a nice area of interest where I could be looking to long the market. And that's actually what I did. I got in after this doji candle over here, and I'm currently in buys. I'm also at break even right now. So if price comes back down below the range again, then I don't want to be participating in this market, because price could then continue to chop around, and I don't want to be, involved in that. I think gold break all-time high soon. Momentum strong. Yeah, it might. Maybe this week, maybe next week. What percentage of your portfolio do you usually risk on a single gold trade? I mean, it really depends on what I'm trading. If I'm trading funded, then it's like 1% max that I risk. If I'm trading my personal account, then it really varies between 5 to 10%, because I don't have, that strict risk management, and I'm fine if I'm losing a little bit more. But if you're just a beginner, and you're trading on a challenge or on a funded account, I always recommend to maximum risk 1%. But you could also start with 0.5 and then just go from there. What's up, Nifami? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Corp? Welcome, everybody. How do you decide when to enter a gold trade during volatile market conditions? I wait for price action, to give me some nice formations here for nice higher highs, higher lows, for the candles to have a distant amount of size, right? If they're just like all small side by side and it's just choppy, I don't want to be involved in the market. And then also, what's important for me is to wait for my session. New York session starts at 3:30 my time. So I do not take trades before. I do not trade London. I do not trade Asia session. I just trade New York. And if during my session, right, I'm live in the market for like 2 to 3 hours, if I don't get a setup in those 2 to 3 hours, I'm done. And I just come back the next day and see if I get an opportunity. Gold gonna drop? It might. Nothing is guaranteed. We don't know. How to win? Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you guys entered on the giveaway of the spooky season, if you guys bought a challenge and use code spooky, then today you will be eligible to win up to a 200K challenge. So just stay tuned and see if you win. Man, I love all the questions, Africa. Africa, I love that. Gold breakout weekly high first today. We'll see. Trade management for passing challenge accounts. Like I said, maximum risk 1%. Now, if you win, so what's most important, guys, is that the very first trade that you take on a challenge or on your funded account has to be a high probability trade. So it has to be like an A+ setup. Like that super clean, clear trade that you will take where you feel super comfortable in, that should be your first trade when starting a challenge, because that's going to put you in the best position if you end up winning that trade, because it's a high probability trade. So now you won your first trade, you should be up like around 2% if you risk 1%. Now you have a 2% cushion, right? So if you're looking to pass more or less quick, right? On the next trade, which also should be an A+ setup, you can go ahead and risk 2%, target a 2R multiple. So now you will already be up around 5 to 6% on the challenge. And now on our challenges here at ThinkCapital, you first just have to reach a 8% profit target if you're doing the dual step, right? So with 2 to 3 trades, you should more or less be able to pass if you have a high probability setup and if you apply your risk management. Now, if you should, after winning your first trade, be back at break even because the second trade you lost, you want to make sure to reduce your size to 0.5%. If you should be in drawdown, reduce your size to 0.25% and then try to scale back up to break even. Once you're back at break even, risk 0.5 or 1%. I hope that kind of makes sense. I know I'm talking a lot, but how do you stay disciplined when a trade goes against you? So what's important is to trust yourself, trust your setup, and trust your strategy. And that can only come, that type of trust only comes the more time you trade, the more time you put on the charts. So you gotta understand and learn the probabilities of your own strategy and then go accordingly. Do you think it's a good entry for short right now and targeting the higher low? Honestly, not really, no. As long as we maintain above 40.85, I do not see any sell potential. If you're looking to short, then you would have to wait for price to close like below this bullish candle and close bearish again, right? And then you could kind of look to wait for a little pullback and then look to short back down into this low. And maybe if you have luck, it's going to continue dumping from there. But as long as we maintain above the range where it's at right now, I do not see any sell potential. I'm more bullish up until this range again. Do you recommend keeping a trading journal specifically for gold, and why? Not really specifically for gold. Really comes up if you're just trading gold or not. But for any pair that you're trading, you should definitely keep a trading journal. And you can either have it, with notes where you just write it all down, your entry, your stop loss, your size, how it went, what setup you had. Just make sure to journal all of that. Or you can keep it online, right? You can use Notion, that's for free. You can use TradeZilla. It costs a little bit in a month, but it's a great structure as well to journal your trades. But overall, I would definitely recommend journaling your trades, especially if you're just starting out, because as a trader, you want to see, okay, where am I going wrong, and what can be improved. And if you don't journal anything, if you don't keep record of your trades, then you don't know where to improve. So that's very important. If I lose my first trade, I'm 100% sure that I blow up that account. Naveen, you don't know, man. It's been the same with me, bro. Back in the days, um, if my first trade, that's crazy, right? If my first trade on the challenge was a winner, then the probability of me winning that entire challenge was so high. But if the first trade ended up being a loser, the probability of me losing that challenge was also very high. So that's kind of crazy. So that's why I always recommend just enter with an A plus setup. And even if you have to wait a few days for that A plus setup, just wait, stay patient, and then and then start trading the challenge. You guys don't have to rush anything. Because if you rush the process, you're gonna end up blowing it either way, sooner or later. Gonna take notes of these gems. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate you, Mon. Love to hear that you guys are taking some value from the stream. Is it ever recommended to hold a trade during a funded account over 7 hours or overnight? Multiverse, great question. That also comes up to you. You have to ask yourself, what type of trader are you, right? Are you a day trader? Are you a scalper? Or are you a swing trader? If you are a swing trader, then holding a trade overnight should be a no-brainer, right? If you're typically a scalper or a day trader, then me personally, I would recommend you to close your trades before going to sleep. And I'm just talking from experience because back in the day, I would also kind of hold trades overnight. But I can tell you right now, man, I had the worst sleep ever. I'm not meant to do that. Like, I'm not a good swing trader. I cannot hold during night because I will wake up the entire night every few minutes to check on if I'm at break even, if I'm in profit, if I'm close to stop loss. I would just have like the worst sleep, right? So if that's something for you, if you're a patient trader, you can feel free to hold over the weekend, hold over overnight. But I personally have to close every single position before going to sleep. You're in longs till that high. Yeah, I do believe that. I mean, we could potentially reach it. At the end, nothing is guaranteed, but there's definitely the potential here if we stay above 4086. How to join the giveaway? I'm gonna host two different giveaways today. So the first giveaway we're gonna be hosting, or I'm gonna be hosting, is the Spooky Season giveaway, where you were able to enter if you use the code Spooky at checkout by buying your challenge. Could also been just a 5K challenge. If you use code Spooky, you will automatically be entered into the first big giveaway. And then later today, around the end of the session, I will be doing the 10K challenge giveaway for 3 viewers right now. How do I handle losing streaks mentally? They are very frustrating, but what's very important is to understand that every trader goes through that, right? It's not just you. It's not just that you suck in trading. It's that the probabilities of your strategy are just not in your favor right now, and that is absolutely normal. The market conditions shift every single day, every single week. The market is different. So what worked yesterday or what worked the week before might not work this week, right? So you have to be willing to accept that fact. Now, when you are in a losing streak, what I personally recommend is reduce your risk. Reduce your risk to a point where you feel comfortable if you lose again and again and again. Do not try to revenge trade and make back the losses you had during the losing streak, but instead scale down a little bit and try to build up confidence again. Now, if now you suddenly turn a losing streak into a winning streak and you start gaining confidence in yourself and in your strategy again, now is where you can start increasing your risk again to the normal risk or maybe even more. Because if you're in a good winning streak, why should you not be willing to risk a little more, right? That's just my personal recommendation here. Craziest gold price swing I've ever seen in a single day, man, must have been like 500 points or so, maybe even more. But that's mainly due to news, like unexpected news or NFP or CPI or FOMC. That's why generally, if there's red folder news, man, I stay awake. I've been clapped so many times before. I'm just, like I said, I love talking about my experience because, I've been trading for almost 5 years. And in those years, I've been through a lot. And I've been through a lot of shit as well, where I was like, I was regretting my decisions. I was, how do I say it? I was struggling, and even that's me. I was just not in the best mental state, right, to handle everything. You're also long 4085. Let's go, bro. I hope it, like I said, I hope it stays above. Right now, it does look a little bit slow. I was expecting a little bigger of 5 minute candles. I don't really like how it's like chopping a little bit. But we'll get some momentum in 5 minutes here after the 30-minute. Might down for the lower wick on the 30-minute. I do want to see this bullish engulf this one though. And then the 1 hour also, I want to see it close bullish engulfing in 33 minutes. If it does close bullish engulfing, I do see it coming all the way back up into this high and maybe even break out. But right now it's a little bit slow. You have 60% 2R and 78% 1R, bro. That's awesome. That's some great statistics on your strategy, bro. Keep it up. Um, Evan, what if I don't use the code of Halloween to join the giveaway? I mean, like I said, like everybody that used the code Spooky will be eligible for the big giveaway. If not, then you can stick around for winning a 10K. As a gold trader, what common misconceptions do traders have about gold that you've learned aren't true? Man, that's a difficult question, honestly, because I do not have a big amount of contact with people that, trade gold and have like misconceptions. But general misconceptions on trading overall is, yeah, it doesn't work, or what I heard last week's was we're gonna have like a big dump. It's gonna fall all the way back to 3,000, blah blah blah. Where I'm like, yes, the probability is always there, but you don't have to like. You should not forget to look at what price is actually doing right now. And if price is bullish right now, then the probability of you taking a buy and having a high probability trade is that, right? So there's no real reason when the market is bullish to be looking for sells or to be trying to call the top or the bottom. Just look what price is doing right now and then just act accordingly. Calm Night. Yes, I am in Germany right now. I just came back from Frankfurt, man. We had a great time at the World of Trading, man. It was so fun. It was so fun. Also, great opportunity to network with other traders, network with investors, network with other prop firms, right? Just overall great experience. So I can definitely just recommend everybody. If next year you have time to come to Germany, come to Frankfurt to the World of Trading. You will not regret it. You will meet great traders, great people. The giveaway is here, Mohammed. You just got to stick around just a little bit more. Just a little bit. A few minutes. We'll start the first giveaway in a few minutes, guys. How do you decide whether to go long or short in gold on the high time frames, man? I look at the high time frames, such as the daily, for example. And if we zoom out, we see, okay, look at that. Pure bullish momentum, right? So we were bullish. Now here we did start a retracement all the way down here. So if we would have continued to go lower, then I would be bearish bias short term, maybe all the way down to 34, 39. But we created a double bottom, are currently breaking out bullish. So that leads to believe that we can continue bullish now this week if the daily closes like that, of course. Wonderful session again. Let's go. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Emma. Let's go. FX Africa going crazy with the questions, man. I love it. Appreciate you. Favorite technical indicator? Honestly, candlesticks. Honestly, my favorite indicator are candlesticks, guys, because the candlesticks themselves, each candlestick tells you a story. It literally tells you a story. And if you learn to understand and read that story, you can literally become more or less invincible in the market, because now what you can do is combine areas of interest with the candlestick story. So what does a doji mean? Like I already mentioned at the beginning of the stream, a doji means loss of momentum. It means indecisiveness. It means that the next candle after the doji might give you a direction on where price wants to head next. And what do we see? We got a bullish candle. What happened next? We had a bullish breakout to the upside. Doesn't always go like that, but most of the times. What do we see here? Price reach resistance, seller step back in. Buyer step back in, bullish engulfing. The sellers weren't strong enough. They tried pushing price back down, but at the end of the day, the buyers push price back above. And now we are maintaining, as of right now, we are maintaining above the range, right? Now, what do we see right now? We see sellers step back into the market. We don't see a higher wick. So what can happen next? Typically, when we see this, price sooner or later will come back, create a higher wick, and it's either going to close above to fill it, or it's going to close back below, and then it can break back below the range. So like I said, like technical indicator, just learn to read the candlesticks, and on all time frames they're awesome, but especially on the high time frames. The higher the time frame, the stronger the candlestick formation. So also keep that in mind. So for example, right now we got 28 minutes for this 4 hour to close. What happens if this 4 hour closes doji? Indecisiveness. So the next 4 hour candle will decide whether we close bullish and reach this target up here, or we close bearish and come all the way back down into the 40-30s, for example. How much time spent a strategy to master or learn from a mentor? Honestly, I don't know, man. There's no real time on how much hours you have to put into your strategy or put into the market. Comes up to you, because some people learn faster, some people learn a little slower. But just try to show up every day, bro. Rinse and repeat your strategy. You have to have a strategy and just rinse and repeat every single day. And sooner or later, you will basically do it. You could do it blind, right? You could just close your eyes and just do it all, because you already have like that habit of your strategy overall. And learning from a mentor, honestly, guys, if you're beginning, first start off for free, watch YouTube videos. But I reached a point where, because I started for free as well, right? I recommended everybody that is just starting out, but I reached a point where I just knew too much and I didn't know what to apply. I had a huge book like full with notes about every topic in trading. I know everything. You could have asked me, I could have answered all, like everything, right? But when you try to apply everything into the market, your chart looks like a fucking Christmas tree. You don't understand anything anymore. So that point I reached, and that's when I decided to look for a mentor, because that mentor would help me to break down what actually works. So that helped me personally. Reach out to a mentor, had a few mentorship calls, one-on-one sessions. He's like, yo, you got to turn it down. You got to remove everything. Less is more, blah, blah, blah. And when I started applying that, that's when actually, I personally saw the level up. Now, another great level up I had was joining live streams from experienced traders. Now, what this will do with you is, if you see a mentor or a trader that, yeah, Christmas tree. Like, guys, I'm not kidding. Like, literally, bro, it was crazy. I had all the Christmas lights and everything. But where was I? Yeah, so one thing I learned is, if you join a live stream of an experienced trader and you see his live reactions to the market and how he sits on his hands and how he's patient time and time again, every single day you join the live, he's like, yeah, I'm still waiting. There's no setup yet. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And he's like waiting 2 hours and gets the setup after 2 hours, just to get in and get out after like 10 minutes and make a big profit. So when you see that time and time and time again, sooner or later, you're going to adapt that discipline and that patience as well. So that's what happened to me. And then I started my live streams. I was live on TikTok. I was live on YouTube. And then I had a lot of people tell me, wow, that's crazy, bro. Like, from your patience, I adapted that patience you have. And now I'm also a patient trader. So I believe that, from live streams, you can definitely learn a lot. No, I do not care a lot about fundamental information. I do take high impact news into consideration. I do not take only trades based off that, though. Um, I learned everything possible and still no good strategy. Yeah, that's the problem, man. You gotta decide. You gotta decide for one strategy and then stick with it. Don't try to hop strategy and strategy, because at the end of the day, almost every strategy works. You just have to be consistent with it. When gold goes sideways, how do you stay profitable? I stay profitable because I conserve my capital. I do not spend my money on a choppy market. I just preserve my capital. That's literally the best you could do. Yo, we're coming back down, man. We're coming back down lower here. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna be starting to host the first giveaway here, because I don't want to take too much of your time, guys. So anybody that entered with the code SPOOKY, let me actually open this up. So anybody that entered with the code SPOOKY into the giveaway, guys, you have the chance to win a 50K, 100K, and a 200K challenge from ThinkCapital. All right. So let's see. Let's start off the giveaway. And I already have a list of all the names that participated in the spooky season giveaway. So I have all the entries. We have a total of 300 participants here. And the first, let me actually share the wheel here. Screen share here. So the first winner I will be picking. I hope you guys can see the screen. Yeah, so the first winner I will be picking will be the winner of the 50K account, okay? Then the second one will be the 100K. And the third spin will be the 200K. Okay, are we ready? I hope that we have a few viewers that participated in the spooky season giveaway. All you had to do was buy a challenge, use code SPOOKY at checkout, which was 30% off, and you are automatically entered here. No code SPOOKY, give us 100% off code? Nah, that's not how we do, bro. All right, let's spin it. Let's spin it. This first is gonna be the 50K account winner. All right, let's spin it out. 50K account winner is Raf W. Let's go. Spam some W's for Raf W. Congratulations. I don't know if you are in the stream or not. Either way, you're gonna get an email from our marketing manager. So you will get an email for your 50K account. Congratulations to Raf W again. Let's get it. WW, let's go. Now, let's see who's on second place. Let's see who wins the 100K challenge. Who wins the 100K challenge, guys? Let's spin it up again. Let's spin it up again. Let's go. Let's restart this. Ready? 100K challenge account winner is... Man, that's a weird sound, bro. Winner is... Yahod L. Let's go. Congratulations, Yahod L. You just won a 100K account challenge from ThinkCapital. Let's go. www. Yahod. Don't make suspense, bro. Spin it quickly. Nah, bro. It's better with suspense, man. Congratulations, Yahod L, on winning a 100K challenge. The marketing manager will reach out to you via email. Yeah, congrats, man. And now, let's pick the last winner on the spooky season giveaway. Sounds terrible, right? Bro, it's a terrible sound. They could have made it like a little more satisfying to listen to, but it's awful. All right, guys, let's pick the winner for the 200K challenge, man. That's worth more than $1,000, bro. Let's see who wins this. And let's spin it up. 200K challenge winner is... Let's go. The winner is... Artem S. Congratulations, man. You just won a 200,000 challenge account from ThinkCapital, guys. Spam some W's for the winners. Really awesome. Thank you for participating. And if there should be any type of these giveaways next time, guys, make sure you also participate in this because you get a crazy chance. You don't get this every day. All right. Spam some W's for the winners for the spooky season giveaway. Awesome. Thank you, ThinkCapital, for hosting as well and for sponsoring this. Let's get it, guys. But we're still not done. We're still not done here. We're still not done. I'm going to have you guys stick around a little longer if you want to win a 10K challenge. I'm going to have you guys stick around. All right, we're rejecting back support again. Let's see if we can break out now. Let's see if we can get some volume here. Oh. Oops, what am I doing here? Yeah, so like I said, if you just won right now, guys, congratulations firstly. Second of all, you will be contacted via email, the email you used to register on the spooky spooky account. And in a few minutes, I will be hosting another giveaway, giving away 10. No, wait. Giving away 3 10K challenges to one of our viewers here. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to stick around. Until then, we will continue be looking at gold here. I really don't like how it's moving right now. It's just so choppy. It's really choppy right now. But it is struggling to break back below the support range right now. The 3 minute is bullish engulfing this. If the 5 minute here closes bullish above here in a Morningstar pattern, then I do see reaching this high, maybe even breaking out, to be honest. Aaron, was geht, bro? The most profitable gold trade I ever made. I mean, are we talking profit or are we talking risk to reward? Are we talking risk to reward or profit, man? Because there's a difference. And honestly, like, I don't really like talking about profit because at the end of the day, every trader is different. That's just my personal opinion. And I also very much dislike when people start comparing themselves to other traders. That's like the worst thing. Like comparing yourself to another trader and his profit and his win rate and everything is gonna kill your personal performance. You're gonna have to believe only in yourself. And the only comparison you want to make is a comparison with yourself yesterday. And if you are better, 1%, or if you didn't make any progress, that's the only thing that you should be worrying about and competing against, you know. I'll give you my all. Ain't gonna break my mind mentality. Remember you from. It's looking good on the 5 here. Let's see if in 2 minutes it can close bullish. That would be nice. Let's see. How often do you adjust your trading strategy based on market conditions? Honestly, not that often because my strategy works almost in every market condition. If the market is consolidating, I just don't trade, and that's also more or less part of the strategy. No, you're not unlucky, Mohammed. Maybe if you stick around for the around the end of the stream, maybe you win a 10K today. Maybe. What's your strategy? You only have 5 minutes to explain everything start to end. Okay. First of all, my strategy is price action. I start off on a time frame such as a weekly time frame to determine whether we are in a bullish trend or in a bearish trend, right? Based off this, we are still bullish. Then I go down into the daily time frame and I see, okay, how is price reacting right now? I see we've created a double bottom, so I'm bullish bias. Supported before, for example, here, 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 and where could price react again? Also, we see reactions down here. So if I see reactions down here, I want to make sure that I mark off my support range here. If I see reactions over here and I see that price is failing to break above, I want to make sure to mark my resistance range here. Same thing here. We have price reactions all the way throughout here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to mark my zone here. Now, when price comes back into this range, I could see, first of all, close a trade if I'm in a buy position because based on this, price can come back. Do is I go down into the 5 minute time frame and wait for price to approach my area of interest. So, for example, if I'm looking too long, let's see if we could get a good example. Yeah, so I also mark off support and resistance on the 1 hour time frame. So if I'm looking too long, I want to make sure that price is above my support and rejects it, and I get the price action signal for it. So that's the buy position I took here. We got a rejection, place my stop loss below the low, and then target these highs all the way up here. Now that's a big ass risk to reward ratio trade, but if it hits, it's awesome. Am I lagging? Damn, am I lagging, guys? Oh no. So now that I already eliminated the question whether I want a long or short, and I'm only looking for longs, now comes the question, which of my 3 setups will I be taking? Like, Where is price during my session and what could I expect? That's basically looking into the future and seeing, okay, if this happens, then that. And if this happens, then that. So the first setup I like is that's literally my favorite, which is a break and retest setup. So we got, for example, we got a previous resistance. We see price closing above in the 1 hour. I'll wait for price to slowly come back down into the range. I'll wait for an entry signal down here. I take my buys, stop loss below the low, and then target up into the previous highs or maybe even higher. That will be my first setup, a break and retest setup, right? So something like this. Then the second one will be a bounce play. So a bounce play is if price is already at a support and it has bounced at least 2 times. So 2 times, and it's still kind of bouncing around the range, but rejecting every time. Then I will be looking to long here in this range as well and target new highs. And then the third one will be a break of the high setup, because right now we're just talking about longs, right? So break of the high will be a breakout, pullback into the range. I personally basically miss out on an entry down here, and I see price action forming a new high on the 5-minute time frame. Now I want to wait for a 5-minute candle to close back above the range, and then I'm going to enter here aggressively at the 5-minute breakout candle, and then also target new highs. Those are my 3 setups. So every day I come in and then I ask myself, okay, am I looking to long or short? Based on what I'm looking for, I'm waiting for one of these 3 things. And if the market is chopping and it's not giving nice price action, then I just don't trade at all. Period. And if it plays out right and I have everything I need for my strategy, I will take that trade. And if the trade ends up hitting my stop loss, then it is what it is. It was part of my strategy. Oh yeah, gold is dumping back down below the range now, guys. It's coming back down. It might stop me out of break even. Ooh. Yo, it's like a pip away from my break even, bro. Literal pip. Now I'm like just waiting for it to hit. But honestly, bro, who's behind you? Nah, I don't fall for that shit, bro. There are no entities in my house because Jesus is king. Jesus is king. There are no entities in my house. I'm blessed in the blood of Jesus Christ. Gold is not looking juicy now, bro. It's really not looking juicy at all. Yeah, I'm out of break even. Risk amount per trade. What's up, Prana? First of all, welcome to the stream. My risk amount per trade really depends, bro. Depends on my account size. My personal account, I risk 5 to 10%. On a fund that I risk like 1 to 1.5%. Amen. Let's go, guys. So now it's very interesting, guys. It's very interesting to see what happens now. We're back in the consolidation range, right? So based off this, if the next candle, like in the 15-minute candle in the next 10 minutes, can close below the support range here and below the EMA, I do see price coming back down into 40-50s at least. Sorry. And maybe even all the way down into the 40-33s. But for that to happen, we need to wait for closure below, because what can happen again, because price is a little bit choppy right now. So what can happen again is price starts to reject this area again and then creates a double bottom on the 15-minute time frame and then breaks back out bullish. So we have to definitely wait for a closure below the range, wait for a pullback to see that it's verified that we could continue lower now, and then a potential sell setup here, a break and retest back down. Gold just grabbing late buyers, yet it will still close above 40.80. It might. You're down 4%. Calm night, reduce your risk, man. Hey, no need to get like religious now, guys. Everybody has the right to believe in whatever they want to believe. Do not start getting religious in the stream, guys. Everybody has their own personal opinion. You know what's the most important thing is to just love each other. And I believe that every person that really believes should know that the truth is love. That's it. No hate. Why should we fight each other? There's no need to fight each other. Mm, yeah, with patience, sticking to your plan. Exactly. You gotta stay patient, guys. Calm not only risking 0.3 on every trade. Yeah, bro, that's better than risking more. That's better than risking more, bro, because you don't want to get, you don't want to end up in more drawdown. All right, guys. It's about time for the second giveaway. We're gonna be giving away. I'm gonna be giving away, or Think Capital is gonna be giving away three 10K challenges to the viewers here. So, in order to take part of the giveaway, let's see what hashtag we can use today. Um, yeah, let's just use hashtag. Let's use hashtag Think Capital. Hashtag Think Capital, all in small, guys, if you want to enter. And then also, you have to like the stream. If you don't leave a like on the stream, you will not be entered in the giveaway. Bro, I don't know what I drew here. What am I drawing even? Hashtag Think Capital, all in small, if you guys want to enter the giveaway. Also, if you've won a challenge before, please don't participate. Just leave somebody else a chance to win here. So, so it's fair. One piece of advice to new gold traders: just understand that gold can be very volatile. The best time to trade gold is during New York session. Hashtag Think Capital, all in small, guys. All in small if you want to take part, and then also leave a like on the stream. It's also important to leave a like on the stream. Appreciate you, Kaif. Much love, man. Look, this is what I was telling you guys. I mean, the 15-minute has not closed yet, but if it does not close below this range, then the sells are not valid yet, because this could also be a fake out for the buyers. So all in all, honestly, what you could basically do now on gold is place a range here, place a range here, and I'll just wait for a 5-minute closure above, and we're good to go. Wait for a closure below, 5-minute closure below, and we're good to go here. That's the smartest thing to do right now. Hashtag Think Capital, all in small, guys. You still have a few minutes to enter here, so you have the chance to win a 10K challenge. I need you also, guys, if there's somebody participating in the giveaway, but you've won before, and if you should win again, please let us know in the comments so we can re-give it away to somebody that has not won like a challenge at all. Because I want to give the chance on everybody in the community, right? So we got to stay fair here. I'm fair. You should also be fair. Hashtag the capital all in small. Leave a like on the stream and you will be entered into the giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing everything. Oh, shit. Bro, price literally came, stopped me out of break even, and now it's pushing back up, bro. That's like typical gold. All right, let's load it up. Got 3 winners. Exclude duplicates. Filter by hashtag. Gold doing gold things. It is. Gold is doing gold things, guys. I expected, like, because last week was so fucking choppy, I expected this week to go a little smoother. It might start going smoother tomorrow. But I think for today, honestly, I'm done unless it closes above my two ranges that I just marked off. Then I might be interested in a second trade, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, hashtag ThinkCapital, guys, all in small. Leave a like on the stream to be entered into the giveaway, and I will be starting here in a minute. Really, tomorrow's bank holiday? I thought it was just bank holiday in Canada. Like on my page, it just said that it's bank holiday in Canada, but I might have to double check it. If it's in the US, obviously I'm not going to be trading. All right, you guys are ready? Are you guys ready? Giving away 3 10K challenges. I wish everybody the best of luck if you entered. Let me share the screen for transparency purposes here. All right, you guys should be able to see the screen. We got all the participants here, 93 people participating. I don't know how that's possible. And now let's confirm, guys. Shuffle a little bit more. And let's start. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And the winners are Ansh, Ghazali FX, and Nature Reclaim. Congratulations on the 10K challenges. Let's go. Spam some W's in the chat. Wait, spam some W's for the winners. Let's go. If you want a challenge, if you're Ansh, Ghazali FX, or Nature Reclaimed, please make sure to contact support on our Discord. Join our Discord and write support, and then you will get access to your login details on the 10K challenge. Congratulations, guys. Spam some W's for the winners. And with a little bit of luck, you will be the winner next time. Let's go. Let's go, guys. I love it. All right. Now we're not done yet. Quick breakdown before I hop off, guys, on what we could expect for today, but also for the rest of the week on gold. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do, guys, it's very simple. I'm gonna place a alarm at 40.94, and I'm gonna place an alarm at 40.74, right? So I'm gonna be waiting for price to either break out here so I can long this. It's probably gonna be a break of the high setup in this case. Wait for 5-minute closure above, wait for it to hold above, and then long into here for a 1-to-1, or maybe even all the way up to here for a 3-to-1, or it's going to close below here. I'm going to wait for it to hold below, and then I'm going to look for a short-term sell all the way back down into the 40-50s probably. That's going to be my take for today. Now, overall, if the daily candle closes bullish engulfing and also above this area here, tomorrow during London or Asia session, we might see a pullback back into this range, the 40-30s. And if it does respect it, reject this area, I do see price coming all the way up into the 41, 43s, and then maybe even higher, right? But I'm still bullish bias, guys, especially if the daily closes bullish above the range. No real reason for me to look short for shorts unless it's short term from this point to this point only. But if I get in on shorts, I want to get out quickly as well because price can reverse anytime and then continue the overall normal trend. So yeah, guys, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope I see you guys on next Monday. Also, make sure to tune in on Wednesday and on Fridays on the other live streams that we have with my colleagues. And besides that, stay safe, stay disciplined in your trading. Don't over risk, don't over trade. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.